He's going to have to get up in front of him really quick here. I think he's better off making Harvick pass him on the inside than letting him get to his outside.
Truex went to the top to stop Harvick's advance.
And there's Harvick.
He's there.
Yeah, he just got so much more grip, the Ford does.
Never been a last lap pass here. There it is with 1 to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
It ain't over yet, but it's going to be over.
You're all good, man. Hit your mark.
Harvick is just so good off the top of turn 2. Gets that run into 3. Truex will have one more shot, and here he comes on the bottom. Missed it by that much. Kevin Harvick wins in Kansas.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh.
How's everybody doing? Alrighty, well, we just got done with Kansas last night. I'm doing my race review today, and Kevin Harvick again, congratulations on five wins this year, man. It was awesome. It was domination. And I'll get to the race in a little bit. First of all, I just want to say one thing. I know there's kind of I've been looking at a lot of stuff on the internet with videos, and a lot of the Harvick and the Truex fans are kind of arguing. Truex fans are claiming he's cheating, and the Harvick fans are getting mad over that, blah 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 blah. Some people out there need to grow up a little bit. Listen, if you haven't watched NASCAR, and if you have watched it for a very long time, let me tell you something. Every team out there is trying to get away with something. It don't matter who you are. But that won't be none of that on my channel, okay? Harvick won the race fair and square. He had fresher tires than Truex. He tracked him down. He had the best car all night. So, me as a person who's a Truex fan, you know, that's just part of racing. Yeah, it happened. Harvick had the better car and he won the race. So, hopefully people will calm down a little bit. And I know they ain't only Truex fans, other people's claim Harvick's cheap, but that's happened over the years and years and years. Harvick and his team's just on it right now, and whatever they're doing, it's working. You know? I mean, that's just part of racing, guys. You know, Larson, he may get busted window, and who knows, they might find something on Harvick, may not. If not, Harvick is winning the races, so that's just the way it is. But on to the race review. Larson and Boyer had to start from the back, and kind of problems with Larson spinning out and stuff, and qualifying. And we had a competition yellow on lap 30, which pretty much nothing happened to that point. And then from lap 30 to lap 80, it was kind of everybody was trying to, it seemed to me like everybody was loose. It was really hard to drive their cars, but everybody kind of, you know, drove kind of safe, you may say. Casey Kane pancaked the wall a little bit, but other than that, Ryan Blaney takes the first stage. And once we hit the second stage, kind of the same similar thing. A lot of people filling their cars out, still waiting for the night time to go down and then get going there. Bubba Wallace had some troubles there. I forgot to mention that in the first stage. I think it's 5 laps to go. Bubba Wallace had some troubles and blew a tire there. But back to second stage, it kind of stayed the same. Mainly a lot of people's loose tires, and there was so many guys so slow. I don't understand that. Like whenever Harvick and them was passing, there must have been 15 guys running 20 mile an hour slower than Harvick. Even Kansas and a lot of these guys that can be competitive was 20 mile an hour off of Harvick. But that's just racing, I guess. But we'll get to the third stage here, and again, it was pretty much spread out. I mean, you know, it was just good racing. You know, you had Harvick up there, Blaney, Larson, all these guys was kind of running away at the field, and everybody's kind of say single file and this and that. So we get to 28 laps to go, and then the Suarez bounces off the wall and comes down and hits Alex Bowman. and they spin out and draws a caution, which is probably the worst thing that happened in this race, because that inspired to other actions. Because once we started back after that, oh boy, tell you, we had Larson and Blaney side drafting off each other. To me, that was neither one of them's fault. To me, that was a racing incident where they was trying to side draft, trying to get in the corner first and get the best, and they wrecked. To me, it was just racing. Now, Kyle Larson said after the race his car was destroyed and beat up and this and that. He just had a little bent on his bumper there, so he's trying to talk his way out of the window issue, but his car wasn't that bad beat up. It was it was a pretty good one Larson tried to pull there. But then we got to the big wreck. Thank God William Byron's okay, and he hit that wall head on blind. Thank goodness everybody's okay, but that was a bad wreck for William Byron. I mean, especially his young of an age. That's going to put a little fear in him. That's probably the worst wreck he's ever been in, and that was, thank goodness he's okay, because 20 years ago it would have probably hurt somebody. So pick 5 contest, a lot of people got really close. A lot of great picks from everybody out there, but I really thought Timmy Hill fan was going to pull that thing off, because he had his picks perfect in there, but circumstances with Chase and Larson and stuff, or Blaney, whoever else. I know he almost had top 5 in there. He was real close. But next week we had the All-Star race, guys. Don't forget to put your picks in. I'm going to put a video out probably on Wednesday or Thursday, and everybody can start getting their picks in. We had about 12, I think close to 12 people this week participate, which is cool. You know, I mean, it's fun. I enjoy watching everybody's different picks, who they think's gonna get in there. But anyway, let's get back to the finish of the results here. Kevin Harvick wins his 5th race of the year. Truex finished 2nd, my boy. Done a great job. They struggled all night, like I said. That was a good strategy at the end. I'm really surprised more people didn't try it. But if that caution hadn't have come out with 15 or 16 to go, I think he would have been farther enough where he might have could have held off Harvick. But that caution really hurt him. But either way, Harvick, the best car, won of the night. Because I think once we find out what happens to Larson this week, we'll know why he was so fast. But Logano's 3rd, Larson 4th, Hamlin. Paul Menard, what a great performance of Paul Menard again. That team that just keeps on improving. You got to give him credit. Eric Jones, Kurt Busch, Amarola, Kyle Busch, top 10. And give it up to David Reagan finishing 13th in that 38 car. It's like a top 5 for that team, man. That's good. Jimmy Johnson finished 19th. Guys, I hate to tell you this, Jimmy's struggling. I know everybody says, well, when's Jimmy going to come back? When's Jimmy going to strike? It ain't. I just don't see it happening, because the Chevrolets are struggling themselves. So if the Chevrolets was on top of their game and was running real good, I could see him up there possibly having a shot at winning, but they're just way off. I mean, look at Richard Childress racing. They're getting lapped after 15 laps of green flag racing. I mean, the Chevrolets are off bad, and Larson, he had to have that window down, because how can he be that much faster than all the other Chevrolets? So once that news comes out, I think we'll see. But they've got some work to do. Matt Kenseth on his return finishes 36th. Not what he wanted, but you know, now he sees what that Trevor Bayne is driving. I don't care who you put in that race car. Roush Fenway's horrible, especially with that 6 car. You could put anybody in there right now. Put Harvick in there in the 6 car next week, I guarantee you he won't finish top 20. They're horrible. But Eric Almirola, another good run. You got to give him credit. But overall, it wasn't too bad a race. You know, I feel like the first 2 stages was kind of people's trying to figure. Everybody had their cars set up for the late run, because the track changed so much once that sun went down and temps cooled down. everything changed. So you've seen a lot of cars struggle, and you know, those first 2 stages, and then you'll see the same thing in the Coke 600. You're going to see cars struggle at the first, and then towards the end, you're going to see who's going to really be there and who ain't. So, but overall, it was a pretty decent race. I mean, everybody got a little bit what they wanted. I got to see some racing. I got to see some wrecks. And I'm sure that if that big wreck hadn't happened, everybody said this would have been the worstest race of the year if that big wreck hadn't happened. That saved, because you got a lot of people that only watches NASCAR to see the wrecks. So that kind of saved NASCAR a little bit there. So hate to see that happen, but I've seen some people reviews saying, "Oh, what a great race." Some people's like, "This race sucked." So it all depends on who you are, but guys get used to Kevin Harvick. If I don't find anything he's doing, if he ain't cheating, I could easily see him 15 wins this year. I mean, he's got 5, we're not even halfway through the season. So, I mean, they're just on their game. If NASCAR cannot find nothing wrong with them, I mean, who's going to beat him? I mean, he is that good. And then you got everybody else trying stuff, and they still can't beat him. So, give him a good call, man. I mean, whether you like him or whether you don't, that's the way NASCAR is, and it's always been like that. You go back to the years when Dale Earnhardt, Darrell Waltrip, and Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson even, they won all these races. All you heard was they was cheating. Well, every team out there is trying to get away with something. If you're not, then what's the point of being in the sport? And you know, the rules changes obviously hurt Toyota a little bit this year. I mean, yeah, of course, Truex and Busch is running kind of decent. They're finishing top 5s about every week, but pit strategy got Kyle a couple wins. But even with the new changes, have hurt them some. And who knows what they was even doing. Whatever they was doing last year, this affected them for this year. So that's just part of NASCAR. So Harvick fans, Truex fans, everybody out there, everybody just needs to calm down, let it go, because it's racing, and we'll see how it goes from there. But that's just my takes on it, guys. Appreciate all the subscribers to the channel. It was fun. Nice not to be in Rusty's live stream there for a few minutes. I got there late because I was trying to get my kid to bed. But that was cool to see Rusty on there, Rusty Wallace. And he's got a great channel. Go check that out. And good luck, guys, for next week in the Pick 5. Like I said, I'll have the video out. So everybody have a great day.